Hello, once again, this is Power Panda with more Chrono Trigger Music Expansion. This is the second and final video, just to show off 10 new songs that have been added to Chrono Trigger. We're going to start with one that should be familiar to everyone. So let me just load up my state. This is a song that was on the original soundtrack, and a lot of people, as they look back at the game, they forget that this wasn't even in the game. And this is the intro to Frog's theme. So Frog's theme had an intro on the CD and no intro within the game. A hacker known as I'm forgetting the name. You can check the README file. Added Frog's theme back into the game. Now, up until this point, you can see this is where Frog gets the Masamune for the first time. Up until this point, Frog's theme does not have the intro. But then as soon as he gains the Masamune, his signature weapon, he gains an intro, and that intro will follow him for the rest of the game. So take a listen to how it sounds. And you know this is playing on real SNES hardware because the bass channel's cut out whenever there's a sound effect. So this is playing in original game. You can play this on a flash card. You can play this on original hardware. Okay, next we're just going to go in here and get into a battle, just to show quickly that we've got the normal battle theme that everyone knows. Alright, now let's reset that game. The second song that I added in is also one that's on the soundtrack, which is Battle Theme Number 2. Battle Theme Number 2 never appears in the game itself, and what I've done is that I've made the battle theme 2. I've done a little bit of a Grandia 2 switch, where if you remember Grandia, not Grandia 2, it has 2 discs, and there's a different battle theme on each disc. So when you cross over to a new continent, the battle theme switches for the rest of the game. I did that in Chrono Trigger. I coded an ASM hack so that as soon as Chrono dies within the game, that creates a marker within the game where the battle theme will switch. So from there on out for the rest of the game, you'll be getting Battle Theme 2, which is what you're hearing right now. Okay, another quick one for you. We're going to reset the game one last time. And this song is a really interesting story. One of the original hackers for Chrono Trigger, Ziality, when he was looking through the Japanese ROM, he found a piece of code that wasn't in the US or European ROMs. And as he looked at the piece of code, it occurred to him that it kind of looked like a song, but there were no pointers to it. There's no way to call it in the game. It didn't have any instrument tracks assigned to it. And so what he did is he took out that song, added some instrument tracks to it, so just replaced another song with it, and tried to see if it was, and indeed it was a song. It was a very short song, about 15 seconds long. I added a loop to it so that the song will repeat. But you're about to hear it now. The song has no name and has never been acknowledged by any official sources. Anyone who's familiar with Chrono Trigger will know why it's not in the game. There's already a song that takes place in these certain circumstances called A Shot of Crisis, and it's a much better song. But this short song, I wanted to add it in the game. I found a place to do it, and so that's what I did. All right, 2 more songs for you. We are going to load a different game. Well, it's still Chrono Trigger, but it is the ROM hack Chrono Trigger Plus for our final 2 songs. The reason I'm doing this, these songs occur in the ROM that I'm putting out, the ROM hack, but they're just on the piano player because there are really no good places within the game to put these songs. But in Chrono Trigger Plus, a fairly famous ROM hack, at one point in the game, you go through a time portal and you find yourself in this room. When you walk out of the room, you find yourself on the map for 1999 AD. So we'll let that timestamp come up. And you actually get to walk around and explore the world before Lavos destroys it. Having the futuristic music fit the futuristic map, it was worth doing. This song is called A Meeting with Destiny. It was originally on the PlayStation version in the Extras menu. And the people who were doing the new songs for the PlayStation version tried to match the sound of the SNES. And so they got the memo that they could do 8 different sound channels with different samples. But what they didn't get the memo on is that they could only do 1 sound playing at a time, no harmony per channel. And so, when this song ended up going into the Extras menu, there was a point in the song where there were 12 instruments playing at a time, which is an impossibility in the SNES sound chip. So porting this sound to the SNES wasn't just a matter of doing a sound replacement 1-for-1, trying to get it in there, but there actually was a rearrangement of the song to drop it down so that there's only 8 notes playing at a time. Pretty pleased with the results, and we're almost at the end of the song. The last song is called One Sunny Day When We Met, and it takes place in the different towns within 1999 AD. This was actually the first of the 4 PlayStation Extra songs that was recreated for the SNES. This was done by Reld. And the other 3 songs that were added in the PlayStation version were arranged by me, sequenced by G Natak, and put into the game. So those are 4 songs that were actually created in the SNES sound engine for the first time. The other 6 songs, well, I guess 5 songs if you include Frog's intro, but the other 5 songs are from various other ROMs, Japanese version, pre-release, and we were able to actually extract the code and just assign an instrument table. But these took a bit more work, and I'm always pleased with the results. That's all I have for you today. I will be releasing this patch shortly, and I'm hoping to release patches for some of the more well-known ROM hacks out there of Chrono Trigger so that you can add the music into your version also. Thanks for everything, and I'll catch you the next time I've got something interesting to show.